Today we have Balakumar with us, who has recently completed his CCNP course. So I will be asking him questions based on the CCNA and CCNP topics to assess his knowledge and practical understanding. Hello everyone, welcome to mock interview series. Hi Balakumar,
Hi, sir.
tell me about yourself.
First of all, thank you for giving this opportunity for today about myself. Myself, I am D. Balakumar, coming from Tamil Nadu. I have done my Bachelor of Engineering degree in Mechanical Domain at Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Technology in the year of 2023. After that, I worked in a mechanical domain around 1.5 years, and then I decided to switch my career with my own interest on networking domain.
Okay.
And I enrolled in the course of CCNA and CCNP training at Networkers Home. As of now, I completed my training. I have basic knowledge in network fundamental, routing, and switching protocols. Thank you.
So what inspired you, Balakumar, to switch your career from mechanical to this networking field?
I am eager to learn the new things in a networking domain. My own interest came to upskill my skills in a networking domain. For that, I enrolled in CCNA and P, and I think this domain will be very interesting for me, and I will be get very much good reach in this domain, and I add real value also.
So, okay, Balakumar, so now we'll start with the questions now. So first tell me, what are the layers we have in the TCP IP model?
In TCP IP model, we have 5 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and application layer.
Can you explain transport layer?
Yes, sure. In transport layer, the data are segmented into multiple ports, and we assign the sequence number and port numbers for that segment data. And in this layer, the flow control is also done, and error checking is also done. In this layer, the data unit of this layer is called as segments.
So what all the protocols is there in this transport layer?
In transport layer, we have two main protocols: TCP, Transmission Control Protocol, and UDP, User Datagram Protocol.
So you told that the data units is called the segments. So it is referred with the TCP or UDP?
It is referred with the TCP.
Okay, fine. Then what is about this UDP?
In UDP, data units are called as datagram. In UDP. In UDP, there is no flow control also, and that is not reliable like TCP protocol.
So what are the differences you want, like we have for this TCP and UDP?
TCP is the most reliable protocol because before it's sending the data to the receiver side, it will make sure the connection is good or not with the help of three-way handshake. In UDP, there is no handshake mechanism, and it is unreliable also. In TCP, if any data is lost from receiver side, he will able to acknowledge the data to the sender again, and the data is also less compared to UDP in TCP. In UDP, there is no handshake mechanisms, and the data loss came in UDP protocol means we are unable to resend the data. This is the main difference between these two protocols. TCP header size is of 20 to 60 bytes.
What about UDP?
UDP header is of 8 bytes.
Okay. So what all the differences? What is the differences between reset and fin flag?
In finish flag, if the sender and receiver has shared their data successfully, they are gracefully going to finish the connection means on that time the finish flags take place. If any abnormal activities while sending the data from sender to receiver, or any data loss in the sender to receiver side, or else many attackers also will take the data means at that time the reset flag will terminate that connection.
What is payload?
Payload is the data without including the headers.
And what is MTU?
MTU is the maximum transmission unit. It is represented with the data with payload, including payload and the header size also. And the default MTU size is 1500 bytes.
Okay, in the Ethernet, right?
In the Ethernet.
Okay. Now tell me that what do you understand by this term DNS?
DNS stands for Domain Name System. It is the application layer protocol. It is used to convert domain name into IP address and IP address into domain name. It uses the port number of 53 And in DNS, the TCP and UDP both protocol will use. And if the data size is maximum 512 bytes, it sends with the help of TCP. And if the data size is lesser than 512 bytes, it uses UDP.
So apart from this size of the data, even some any other reason why it uses TCP and UDP?
Basically, it's only reason is to send the large files without any loss of data. For that, it uses TCP.
What about zones?
In DNS, we having two types of zone: forward zone and reverse zone. Forward zone is used to convert domain name into IP address resolution. And
Only two types of zones we have.
yes, sir, Sapna, I'm unable to recover.
Okay,
I
tell.
think forward zone and reverse zone.
Mhm.
Forward zone is used to convert domain name into IP address resolution, and reverse zone is used to IP to domain resolution.
Okay, tell me what all the types of records we have in the DNS.
In DNS, we having 12 types of records: A record, 4A records, CNAME record, and MS record, and etc.
What is A records and 4A record?
A record is used to resolve domain name into IPv4 address, and a 4A record is used to resolve domain name into IPv6 address.
Okay. What is the port number of DHCP?
DHCP uses two port number, 67 and 68. 67 is used for server and 68 is used for client.
What is DHCP Relay Agent?
DHCP Relay Agent comes place when the client and the server are not present in the same network. The Relay Agent facilitates the connection between the client and server.
So what command you will give it on the agent?
In agent side, we mention the which interface we are going to give that command, and we'll include that IP helper address command in client side interface.
So IP helper address. So that address will be of what?
The address will be DHCP server address.
Okay. Then what do you understand by this DHCP negative acknowledgement?
DHCP negative acknowledgement is the message from DORA process, and it's the one of the message from DHCP. And this message is basically sent from server to client to tell about that there is no availability of IP address as of now.
Okay. And what is this DHCP snooping?
DHCP snooping is used to find any fake DHCP server are in the network or not. If the DHCP fake server is available on that particular network, the snooping will terminate that DHCP server.
So tell me, what is the differences between encapsulation and decapsulation?
Encapsulation means adding of information in the data, and decapsulation means removing of information in the data.
Can you elaborate very short answer you're giving?
Yeah, basically in a TCP IP or OSI model, we using the adding of data like IP address and MAC address.
Adding of the data or adding the additional information?
Adding the additional information in the data. We use that while we are sending the data from a sender to receiver, we adding some data like IP address, MAC address in the particular data. This process is known as encapsulation. And while it gets to the receiver side, we are removing those data and including the decryption, encryption, all of those things. This is called as decapsulate.
Okay. What is autonomous system number?
Autonomous system number is the group of routers managed by the single organization.
Some more?
And its range is around 65,535.
It has been changed, revised.
Yeah, it's revised.
What is that value?
Sir? Revised value. So not revised.
Okay, fine. So now tell me, what is the differences between IGP and EGP?
IGP comes place when we want to make the connection between the same network, same autonomous systems. When EGP comes place in takes place when we want to share the neighbor in different autonomous system. On the time we use EGP, eBGP.
Can you give me the example of IGP?
IGP. If we having the
Some protocols example I'm asking.
IGP protocols.
Like we have distance vector, link state hybrid. Under that we have certain protocols, OSPF, EIGRP, RIP.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In IGP protocol, we can say that same autonomous system means EIGRP takes place in that place.
What about OSPF?
OSPF also will form the neighbors with the area concept.
Coming under IGP only, no?
Yeah, coming under IGP.
Okay. What is the AD value of OSPF?
OSPF AD value is 110.
Okay. And what is DR and BDR in the OSPF?
DR and BDR is the main part in OSPF. Without DR and DR, there is no neighbor or link state database will share to the other routers connected on the network. If we want to share any routes to the particular neighbor, first we have to send the messages to the DR, and then the DR will find that the neighbors DR will directly send that neighbors routes to the neighbor.
So
if
like
the DR
if
fails,
DRA and BDR will not be there, then what will happen?
If DR and BDR will not then will be mesh will happen, sir. There will be traffic will form between the two neighborship.
Have you heard the term LSF flooding will take place?
Yes, sir. Surely it will take place because.
So what is DR?
Sir?
What is the criteria to like this DR?
Basically for DR, first we see the priority. By default, it uses priority 1 up to 225. The default all routers having the same priority only. If the priority tries, then it goes to.
What you told the range of the priority number?
255, sir. And if the priority ties with the priority ties and it goes for the router ID. First in router ID is tell the directly manually configured router ID. If the router ID is not manually configured, it goes for the highest loopback ID on this particular interface. If there is no availability of highest loopback also, it goes to the highest physical interface.
Okay, for example, when we give the command for the OSPF, so we generally give router OSPF and a number, let's say 1, 2, like that. Yes. What is that number?
That is, we can say that A is a number.
A is a number or process ID?
Process ID. So I want to repeat.
No, then what it is? Process ID or AS number?
Process ID.
Then why you told you AS number? What is process ID?
Process ID we mentioned for the for a specific area. For all areas, we having some process ID, and we mentioned this process ID on the particular OSPF area.
Okay, one more thing, that in the OSPF, is it mandatory to have unique router ID?
Yeah, it is mandatory. Only with unique router ID means it will be satisfies the neighborship criteria. Then only it forms the neighborship. If there is no unique router IDs means, then it will not form the neighborship between the nearby routers.
If we change the hello timer in the OSPF, so does dead interval timing will also automatically will changed?
Yes, sir. Whenever we say the hello, when I change the hello time, the dead interval also automatically change.
What is a hello timer in the OSPF? In the BMA, that is broadcast multi-access type.
Hello timer in OSPF broadcast multi-access type is 30 seconds. And whole time
in the BMA, I'm asking.
In broadcast, it basically 10 seconds and hello time is 10 seconds and the whole time is 40 seconds.
Dead interval timing. We say in OSPF as a dead interval timing, right?
Yes, sir. Dead interval.
What are the network types we have in the OSPF?
In OSPF, we having 5 network types. Broadcast network, BMA, NBMA, point-to-point multicast broadcast, and point-to-point multicast non-broadcast.
Do we have any loopback?
Sir, for I'm not.
I think you have to go through this network types in the OSPF. Okay.
Yes, sure.
In which states of the OSPF DR and BDR election will take place?
In basically, it only takes place in NBA and BMA only.
I'm asking in which state the election of DR and BDR will take place.
In two-way state only, it will elect the DR and BDR election.
Okay. So what happens in the two-way state?
In two-way states, it is bidirectional communication was going to happen. For that, we must know about the DR and BDR. For that purpose, they are going to elect the DR and BDR.
What is AVR in the OSPF?
AVR is a area border router. If any of the router interface connected with the area 0, then it's known as AVR.
Only area 0 and any other area?
Only with the area 0, it's connected with the interface means it's mean ABR.
At least one interface should be in area 0.
Yeah.
And other should be any other area, right?
Any other areas.
Okay. In OSPF, what is this stub area? What is a stub?
Stub is used to minimize the routing table informations for higher convergence and reduce the CPU size also. For that, we will block type 3, type 4 and type 5 LSEs.
Who generates type 4 LSA?
Type 4 LSE is generated by ABR.
And what information it gives?
Basically, it keeps the nearest cost to reach the ABR.
Nearest cost to ABR? ASBR.
ASBR. Nearest cost to reach the ASBR.
What is ASBR?
ASBR is the router used to find the redistributed routes available in the network.
Okay, so like what is the exact meaning of the ASBR?
It is used to...
What is the full form?
Autonomous system boundary networks.
Boundary router. Okay. Then
ASBR stands for Autonomous System Boundary.
Okay, fine. Then what is the meaning?
It is used to redistribute the routes in the particular network.
Only? Or like even you can say that if it is having two different protocols is used, and also we can say it is a ASBR.
Yes, sir. It is redistributed. If two different protocols take place in a network means, only we will be able to form the neighborship with the redistribution method only. At that time, the ASBR will take place.
Okay. Who generates type 5 LSA?
Type 5 LSA is generated by ASBR only.
What information it gives?
Type 5 LSA is information generally... The information having in type 5 LSA is what are the routes are redistributed in the particular network, and its flooding scope is all regular areas.
Okay. What is the use of the command default information originate?
Default information originate is automatically originates the default route.
Default route means example?
Example, we normally use default route as 0.0.0 to all the network, all the routers present in the network. For that, we automatically originate this default route for reachability for all routers.
It means that separate network that we have, you are telling it to advertise in the form of 0.0.0, right?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, what is the AD value of EIGRP?
In EIGRP, we having two AD values, internal EIGRP and external EIGRP. In internal, we having AD value of 90. In the external, we having AD value of 170.
What are the K values we have in the EIGRP?
In EIGRP, we having 5 K values: bandwidth, load, delay, reliability, and MTU. Out of this, we use the default K value as bandwidth and delay.
What is bandwidth?
Bandwidth is particularly represents the link speed of how much speed of the network is traveling between the two different routers.
So in the neighborship criteria of the EIGRP, does this K values plays important role?
Yes, sir. In neighborship criteria in EIGRP, K values takes with the real value. Very important role in neighborship for forming a neighborship between two routers. If the K values mismatch between the two routers, there will be no neighborship will be formed between two routers.
Okay. Fine. So what do you understand by iBGP?
iBGP is used to form the neighborship within the same autonomous system, and it's also having some loop prevention also.
Yes.
iBGP it's use least AS path for loop prevention, and it uses the least AS path only. If the router sees his own AS number on the another router, it will discard the packet.
For example, on the router 1, we have certain network, and it is like a loopback, and we have router 2 and router 3. So we are forming iBGP. So whatever the network information we have on the router 1 regarding the loopback interface, does this information will be reaching to the third router or not?
If the 3 routers are connected, it will not form the neighborship because of loop prevention mechanism.
Neighborship, or it will not exchange the route?
It will not exchange the routes.
So what is route reflector in BGP?
In Route Reflector takes place when we want to reflect the routes by eliminating the full mesh adjacencies. For that, we having a Route Reflector. We having 3 modes: client, Route Reflector server, and non-client.
Okay. So like, what all the information you have regarding this Route Reflector server?
In Route Reflector server, if any of the routes want to send the or pass the routes to the another client, only if the client will send to the Route Reflector server, and the Route Reflector server will able to transmit that routes to the another clients connected to the network.
Okay, let's say any information is reaching to the Route Reflector server from outside its own AS. Okay. So does this Route Reflector server is going to send this information to the client and the non-client?
Yes, sir. It will send to the client and non-client.
Okay. Fine. So next questions is based on the STP. So now you tell me, what is the use of bridge ID in the STP?
Bridge ID is used to priority for taking election of route bridge. For that, bridge ID takes the main place. By default, we having the default bridge ID of 32768, and it will be incremental also.
No, you are telling directly to of the bridge ID, but even we have MAC address also in that.
Yeah, MAC address also we have.
So that the value that you have told 32768, it is for the priority number.
Okay, so
in the bridge ID, right?
Yeah,
Now,
priority number.
Do you know what is root bridge in the STP?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
It is one of the election process in STP topology. It takes the main part in preventing the loops. For that, we centralize the one switch as the root bridge. For electing the root bridge, we see the least priority and least MAC address.
Least priority and least MAC address. That is what? Bridge ID. Priority and MAC is bridge ID, right? What is BPDU?
Bridge protocol data unit. So BPDU takes the main place in transmitting message between the multiple switches. In every switches there will be a BPDU, and it's only with the help of BPDU only they will able to transmit the messages between different switches.
Okay. What is TCN topology change notification?
Topology change notification is the notifications occur takes place only if there is an STP topology has been changed. At that time,
who sends this? Okay, fine. What do you mean by MST, multiple spanning tree?
MST stands for multiple spanning tree, and it's introduced by IEEE 8.2.1s. In MST, single STP instance able to use the group of VLANs, able to maintain the group of VLANs. For that, MST region concept is used. In this MST region concept, same high-level configuration are done with all the switches. This is known as a MST region.
What is IST instances?
So,
IST instances in MST.
IST. So I'm not.
Okay, so that's all, Wala. So like you were able to answer the questions, but you need to focus on some more topics, and even you have to build certain more means you have to build confidence also in your answers.
Sure.
Okay. So okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you.